Hi, my name is Rachel Jakubowicz, and welcome to the second portion of my software project that involves Classroom Response Systems, or CRS, and it focuses on clickers. For this project, I decided to use the app and program Socrative. You can either launch it on your students' phones or iPads and access the quiz, the room, the reports, and results from the Instructor or my laptop here. I will, in a separate video, show the perspective from the students while they are taking one of my generated quizzes. First, I'm going to start with a demonstration of what my perspective of the quiz would be like, or the instructor's perspective of the quiz. Here we begin with the first question. For Socrative, they offer multiple choice, true and false, and short answer. So I decided to include all three in my CRS to ensure that all students are given a way to submit their responses in a way that is UDL and supportive of all individuals with all different likes, dislikes, and abilities when it comes to question and response and educational abilities. Throughout this quiz, I will be posing, or the instructor will be posing, multiple choice questions, true and false, and short answer using my laptop, and then their handheld device or clicker, in this case, would be their phone or iPad. That beams a frequency or signal, and that comes to my computer and shows me an accurate and immediate response and results of their answers. This software on my computer also collects the students' answers and data immediately and produces a bar chart showing that the students' choices and showing their results. As you can see, that tab is up here and the reports are right here, and I will be demonstrating those after I demonstrate my questions. This form of CRS allows me or the instructor to make on-the-fly instructional choices for my students in response to the information through the bar chart. For the first question, it is a short answer, and I, of course, bolded live and to, which are two key words in this question. I have also included the pictures directly from the PowerPoint so that it prompts a student response and hopefully helps them to remember the information that was prior demonstrated. Also, Socrative is a bit case sensitive, so I involved many forms of answers so that the students hypothetically would not get it incorrect. There's also an information bar here so that if the students do happen to answer the question incorrect, this will pop up as a hint, and as you can see, it gives them the answer and to use the pictures as hints from the PowerPoint to assist them. Next, we have a true and false question, which of course is just another form of response. Maybe a student does not write very well or has a hard time with open-ended responses. True and false questions are a very easy and simple way of adding another form of question and answer response into a quiz for UDL students. Here we have a habitat is a place where an animal lives. Again, another question directly from their PowerPoint lesson. And if they were to hypothetically get this answer incorrect, keyword lives would prompt them to respond the correct answer next time. Question 3 asks the 3 needs of an animal habitat and what it provides. 3 needs is bolded since those are the key words, and I also included food, water, and shelter to prompt their answer and response. If they hypothetically do get this answer incorrect, the information bar will pop up, and habitat is a place where an animal lives. It provides the animal with food, water, and shelter. And again, it prompts the students to use the picture as a hint or help. For questions 4 through 7, I have multiple choice, where the students will look at the picture and decide what the name of the habitat is depicted in that picture. For example, here is the Tundra, and again, the information bar will pop up and have them use the picture as a hint directly from the PowerPoint. This, they have to identify this as the desert. Again, these are pictures taken directly from the PowerPoint to prompt their memory. This is depiction of the rainforest. And finally, a depiction of the ocean habitat. This is a question taken again directly from the lesson PowerPoint. What animal does not belong in the tundra? The students will be able to reference the photo from the PowerPoint and see that the rabbit is the correct choice. Again, I have the information bar here to prompt them to use the pictures as hints from the PowerPoint. And question 9 asks them the same exact thing, where they will choose the snake that does not belong in the ocean habitat. And then for questions 10 and 11, I have them choose the animal that properly lives in the habitat depicted. Here we have the rainforest, and of course the students will choose the monkey. And then we have the desert habitat, where the students will be prompted to choose the camel. And finally, for our recap and understanding question, which is also the last question on the PowerPoint, the students will need to list the 4 habitats that were discussed throughout the PowerPoint lesson and throughout this quiz. Here I have the 4 pictures provided in the PowerPoint so that the students can look at the picture and again be prompted an answer. I of course included many forms of the answers so that the students hypothetically would not get this incorrect, and again have the info button to prompt the students to use the picture as a hint from the PowerPoint. And of course, you can see here you have the option to add a question, true, false, short answer, or multiple choice. Now, I used my last name, Jakubowicz, because hypothetically, if I was going to be demonstrating this or picturing this in a classroom setting, I would want to use my last name as the default room because I refer to myself as Miss Y when I am in my block placement or when I am teaching. And here are some of my reports. Yesterday, I had my friend take my quiz, and I also took my quiz. And you can click on the quiz results, and here it will show you, I have a class total of 1. It'll show you their score. Usually there is an area for name, so you can put your student's name. For example, I believe I put in my friend Connor's name. And here you can see that they got 100 on question 2, and then you click on it and it shows you a bar result. And here we see again. And then we can go to the results page. Of course, I obviously do not have a class to show the results, but we have show names on, show responses, and show results. And it shows you your score, your class total, and of course the bar. Then you can click finish, finish the activity, and then your scores are saved and generated from the educator's perspective. In the next video, I will be showing a perspective from the students as if I was to hypothetically be the student and take the quiz myself. Thank you so much.